Hello, welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're taking a look at the history of the Daleks set number 18, which is Resurrection of the Daleks. I did manage to find a couple of sets in my local B&M. I had to travel a few miles to pick up the Emperor Davros, which I'm not going to review because I don't have... Actually, having said that, I don't have any of the original Resurrection Daleks either, but that's why I was very excited for this release. So as you can see in front of us, we have both variants of the Resurrection Daleks in their packaging. I'll just give you a look at the packaging first, which you're probably not really that interested in because you know what it looks like. The only thing to highlight is the fact that the Fifth Doctor has got this blue colour, whereas the Sixth Doctor had a yellow. McCoy has a purple, I believe, which I really like that as kind of copying what the Black series was doing. But I think they've gone back to red, haven't they? Black and red. Anyway, let's crack these open and have a good look at the Daleks themselves. So here they are out of the packaging, and first remarks, I think they look fantastic. Like I say, these are the ones that I was most looking forward to besides the Remembrance of the Dalek set, because stranger, I just never picked up the originals. I got the Seventh Doctor and an Imperial Dalek pack, and that was about it. So, like I say, they look fantastic. Let's have a little look at the variants first. So the variants, the only difference is the way that the slats have been painted. As you can see, there's some silver, not white. I always thought it was white, but the silver painted in, and it kind of finishes about here. It's a little bit hard to pick up on camera, but comparing it to the one on the right, there's nothing. I don't think they're painted at all. I think they're just grey straight out of the mould. And then the black slat painted over the top. But when I think of Resurrection of the Daleks, I always think of the Daleks looking more like this with the silver on the mesh. Although, having looked at screenshots, the Dalek on the left-hand side that enters Davros's laboratory does look like this. I just never really noticed, but it's a nice little chase variant to have. Although I would have much preferred them just to have released them all like this, because that is the more iconic look. And what's nice about this set is that these obviously double up for Revelation Daleks, or Skaro Daleks, as they're referred to, which is fantastic. What I think is really cool as well is the fact that they've painted the inner piece of the gun with an orange to sort of symbolise the spitters that spit out when they fire their weapons. Obviously, we've got the raised section here. I'm not going to go over the articulation because you know Dalek articulation by now. We've got that lovely weathered silver base, scratched base that they started doing with History Daleks, which is a very nice addition. And you know what? I really like the grey that they've used on these. I'm not sure if it is accurate, but it does work. Because obviously there's so many different factors to do with lighting. If I bring in a Five Doctors Dalek from the earlier set, you can see how much darker he is. And essentially, he was or is the same prop converted, I believe. So, yeah, why there's differing colours, I don't know, but I would have probably said that this one's wrong, and that is more, as much as it does look bright here, but in the studio, I imagine that is how they would have looked, if not maybe ever so slightly darker. So let's take a look at the Dalek Supreme, a very underrated Supreme Dalek. Obviously, you don't see much of him in the story because he's in a very dim lit, red lit control room on board the Dalek spacecraft of sorts. What is it? It's a battle. Is it a battle cruise or something? I can't remember. But yeah, the only thing that I don't like about this one And this hit me when they released the pictures, or at least when the leaks went out, is he's very, very shiny. And I don't think the actual prop was this shiny. I personally would have gone for a satin finish on this one. However, having said that, it does look really, really nice. The white is really crisp. And like I say, an underrated design, albeit not accurate, because they did use the Madame Tussauds skirt, which has that leaning back piece, but you don't really see it in the story, so this works. And another thing I do really like is the pupil, the fact they've managed to get that really tiny pupil put in place, which is Resurrection of the Daleks. That is a big design feature, as well as the eye stalks, very iconic. And I think they've done a really fantastic job with this set. I will definitely be picking up some more if I can find them, but I just want to say a massive thanks to John Hogg, who supplied a couple of these sets for me, because I think these are going to be the harder ones to find for two reasons. One being that there's only 6 to a box, and this is when they get delivered to B&M. And with the amount of Daleks sat on the shelf from the last release, I imagine they might have ordered less. So I wouldn't be surprised if Davros hangs around for a little bit longer. But equally, I don't think this wave is going to hang around for long, because it is a very good one. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. I'm delighted with the set. If you haven't picked it up already and you're thinking about it, I highly recommend. But yeah, until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then.